Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I've been away for so long. You know, life has been happening. It's been crazy, like I guess for most of us, if not all of us. Hope you guys are keeping well. I'm excited that you know, we're getting into the warmer season. I perform so much better when it's summer. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a winter person. But in any case, I hope that we can catch up when I do a live update video. You know, so much has been happening. I know no one asked, but true vlogger style, I have to keep you know, the subscribers updated. So today I thought that I will do, as you know, okay, BeauMovation is obviously a two-prong style kind of videos where we do beauty and then we do motivation. So in the beauty part, which is what I'm going to start with, I will be doing a simple lay of my wig. When I say simple lay, I mean that how I actually fix it up, right? Let me not even say a simple lay. Let me say a simple fix up of my wig, or everyday fix up of my wig, because obviously, you know, you sleep, you jog, you know, you do so many things, and then your wig decides to just look like this. So prior to obviously me being on in front of the camera, I was jogging, so you'll see that, you know, my wig, the lace is a bit, it shifted back, because when you sweat, obviously the glue kind of gets murky and it kind of gets soft, and then the wig shifts off, or it shifts position. So that's what happened. The shift is not so bad, but it's not perfect. And also, because I'm doing something tomorrow, I honestly didn't feel like redoing the whole thing. So I'll redo, or I'll do a proper lay or fix tomorrow, although I won't be filming that. But if you'd like me to film that some other time, please do let me know. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna be doing a simple fix up of my wig for my everyday look. So first things first, I'm going to be switching on my straightener, which is the Remington wide straightener. I love this straightener. Of all the straighteners I've ever used in my life, this is actually the best, because it actually targets so much hair and the temperature is crazy. So the temperature being crazy, obviously it burns your hair, therefore you need to protect it. So I'm just gonna put it on 222, so, and put it aside while it you know, gets heated up. Then I'm going to be using my all-time favorite serum. I'm obsessed about serum, guys. Like, I'm so obsessed about serum. I tried different types of serum, but this serum from Clicks, this one, always proves to be one of the best. At some point they actually did discontinue it. I don't know why. It was just off the shelves, but I just realized this year that it's actually back. So I was like very excited that it's back, and I just bought like 2 bottles in case they lose their minds again and they decide to take it away, you know. So after obviously putting my serum, so we put serum so that the hair can be silky and it can actually flow. You can also put what is this? Heat protector. I use a Tresemme one, heat protector. I don't have it with me right now because I honestly don't feel the need to use it, because I did put some heat protector yesterday. So you can use the Tresemme heat protector if you go on Google, or if you go to any website of any beauty store, Discam, Clicks, or whatever, you'll be able to see that it's heat protector. It's in a black, you know, Tresemme products, you know, the brand is always black. So like I said, that I've put my serum, so I make sure also that the ends are well lubricated, because the ends can get dry, and you know, when the ends are dry, your hair doesn't actually look nice. Okay, and then now I start to deal with the front of the wig. Like I said, you'll see that it's not looking perfect because it's shifted, but because I'm just doing a simple wig lay, I don't want to stress myself too much. So I normally start with the ORS mousse and just put a little bit so I can define my baby hair or my edges, whatever it is that you want to call it, so I can just define it nicely. And I don't put a lot. The reason I don't put a lot is because I don't want the lace, it's already vulnerable, right? My lace is already vulnerable because of the sweat from the jogging, so I don't want to put a lot. So I literally would just squirt some on my hand and then just put it on the parts that I want to define on my lace. To be very honest with you guys, you know, making your lace look nice and all that jazz is hard work, but once you actually get used to it, you know, once you actually get used to the tricks and all the things that you can do to make it look nice and defined, it gets easier, you know. There were times where I used to spend almost like 2 hours, 2 hours, like fixing it up, and I just realized that, you know what, I really can't. So I understand when people don't actually want to wear a full lace wig because of the amount of work that goes into it. Please don't laugh at my armpits, guys. It's been winter, so I haven't been a lady. I'll fix them up, don't you worry. But you know what, at least I've got armpits. That's what I always tell myself when I want to keep, you know, myself, when I want to what's the word that I'm looking for, when I want to hype myself up, or when I want to what's the word that I'm looking for? Mine is juta. To say, you know what, it doesn't look okay, but at least I've got armpits or I've got legs. So I'm just gonna do this side again. So the thing with me is I don't like to overly define the baby hairs or the edges, you know, because I just feel like I want it to be as realistic as possible. However, don't get me wrong, people that overly define their baby hairs still look beautiful. It's just a personal choice for me. So as you can see, I'm just simply laying out the, what do you call, the edges of the baby hair, you know. Like I said, I don't want it to be overly, I don't want it to be too, I don't like too much baby hair. So I just keep it quite simple and minimal. I'm also gonna go, I'm not satisfied with the lay of my hair, but I just want to fix, you know, as you can see, let me just take my tail comb. As you can see, there's these parts, you know, that are kind of out. So what I do is I spray a bit of Got2b Glued. We all know Got2b Glued. I spray it on my hand like this, because I don't want it on the actual lace. I don't want that white residue, so that, and so I can actually pin down these parts, right? I can pin them down nicely with minimal gel, you know. That's the thing with the lace wig. You have to remember and know all these crazy tricks. So because my lace is not, acting up, like it not the entire lace or the entire front of the lace is acting up, I'm just gonna use a little bit of the glue. I hope that makes sense, right? So I'm just gonna take some more and just put it on the sides so that it looks decent and it looks neat. Also, another thing, sometimes the edges don't lay properly with the mousse, so I also spray a bit of the Got2b Glued so that there's a more definition, you know what I mean? Because the mousse definitely makes the hair soft and it makes it listen to instructions, you know, that's what the mousse does. But at the same time, it doesn't, you know, have that hold effect like Got2b Glued spray. So that's why I would sometimes start with laying the hair with the mousse so that there's direction, and then when I want that immediate hold for I then would use Got2b Glued to just, you know, define it even further and then have that hold effect that Got2b Glued spray gives it. So I hope you can see that. I'm almost satisfied. Like I said, that, you know, it takes time, but for me, because I like to keep it simple, it doesn't take that much of time. So I'm just gonna also define the hair in front here. I also don't want it too out or too I don't want the edges to be too wide or too big. Just simple, just how I would normally wear my natural hair. Because before I started wearing like lace wigs, I used to have sew in weaves, and obviously the front would be my natural hair, and I always like to keep it like nice and tidy and neat and simple, you know. I just like to keep it simple. You see, as you can see, my lace is rising again, which is fine. I'm going to put a dugu or wrap the front of my head of my lace so that at least it can lie down. So for me, that's fine. This feels a bit exaggerated, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna bring it down again, you know, it's just so that it's simple. I don't want to look like, yeah, I don't know like what, but I just don't want it overly out. I don't want the baby hairs to be overly out, because for me that does not look natural. I think that should be fine. Yep, that should be fine. So again, I'm gonna go in with the got to be glue on my palm, then use my tail comb to get some of that got to be glued to fix, you know, just to fix these areas that are up. All right, and as you can see also, you know, there's a bit of whiteness on the lace. Again, that was caused by the fact that I was jogging. So you know how it is with glue, whether it's the got to be glue, actual glue, right, or the spray, once it mixes with water, it becomes somewhat white and stuff. So that's what happened after I went out jogging. Okay, I think that should be fine for now for me. So I'm going to take my head wrap. This obviously comes from some other full-on wrap that I had, and then I decided to cut it and make a lace wig band for myself. So I'm just gonna tighten this up. So remember, I did put my mousse in the beginning so that my hair is moist and it doesn't crack up and it doesn't become brittle, which is great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start ironing my hair. What I do is I literally take my comb, my fine tooth comb, tail comb, and then I follow it up. Oh, bend myself. I follow it up with the straightener like this. This is why I love this straightener. It just gets your hair so straight. If you are looking for this straightener, guys, I found it at Clicks. I couldn't find it at Discam, but Clicks had it. I actually went to the store first. They didn't have it. Then I went to Clicks online and they had it. And luckily for me at that time, it was actually on sale. I believe the actual price, if I'm not mistaken, is like 600 Rand. But around the time when I bought it, I think it was about 450, you know. And I think right now would also be a good time to get it because, you know, there's sales going on. Like I said, this is one of the best straighteners that I've ever used. The heat is amazing. And, you know, the precision, just, I mean, look at that. The hair is already coming out straight. So I'm just going to keep, usually the front is a bit of a problem because it's not as long as the rest of the hair. So because the front of this particular hair, you know, lands on my neck, it's always like bent. So I kind of always have to extra stretch, extra iron, extra laid out. I feel this method and comb is one of the best methods ever because the comb lays out the hair like so. It, you know, straightens out, and then the straightener then irons, and then also the comb. So it's literally like 3 steps. So it's comb, straightener, and then comb on top of the straightener, just for that smooth effect. And then we'll come this side, put back my straightener, and just brush out the hair. Just take out any knots and anything that may cause, you know, the hair not to lay the way it's supposed to. So again, comb, straightener, comb, slowly iron down, I know the heat is a lot. I personally don't mind it because, like I said, I often use a heat protector, and also the serum that I use for me really does actually protect my hair. I mean, I've had this wig, oh, I hope I can remember properly, but I've had this wig since last year, and I recently just colored it, and it took very well to color. So for me, the heat is not a problem. I know maybe some people think, oh, that's too much heat. For me, it's fine. That's why I also love the straightener, that because it gives me the option of having too much heat if I want, you know, that amount of heat. So burn, baby, burn. I mean, it's not my natural hair, so I'm not that, you know, phased. So you see, so this is the beauty of the serum that Clicks has, right? I like the fact that the hair just responds so well to heat, and it just becomes, I don't know what's the word that I'm looking for. I don't want to say voluminous or whatever, but it just responds so well. Like I said, I'm very obsessed with serum. I've tried so many serums, and the Clicks one is one of the best. So obviously straightening at the back is a bit of a challenge because I can't see, you know, what I'm doing. But what I normally do is I part my hair with my fingers, divide it into two, and then I would do the back like so, like attack the back like that. So literally just take the parting and give it some attention so that it's nice and straight. I love straight hair, guys. I love straight hair. You see this band that I was talking about? Oh, I don't like this band. I love straight hair. Okay, we are almost there. The hair is fairly straight. Just want to do this parting on the right because I've already done the one on the left. So we're going with the comb, straightener, and comb again. You know, the back needs needs more attention because obviously you can't see what's happening there. So whatever it is that you do on the sides or on the front with the back, you kind of have to double do it so that you are sure that it's worked. Right. Okay, that's good. I'm still not switching off the straightener. I'm just gonna come back here and look at the front part because obviously, like I said, we just wanted it to lay down, you know, we wanted it to lay down nicely. Okay, so oh, the butterfly. Okay, so the hair is fairly straight. I'm happy with that. I'm still gonna go in, you know, just to give that last leg of perfection. Okay, now I start to define my hair. So I'm gonna go in with the mousse again, the Oris mousse, and I'm literally now going on to, I don't know what you call this. Do we call this the base of the hair? Something like that, right? And then just so I can give that definition, nice slick definition. Normally this is what people would use this is where people would use a hot comb, but I don't yet have a hot comb, guys. I mean, honestly, a whole girl like me, I don't have a hot comb, but you know what? A girl makes a plan, a boer maak 'n plan. So we just define it nicely with the mousse. And you know, another thing that I actually like about using the mousse for definition is because it's not going to be permanent. Unlike, I know that a lot of people also use, what's the word that I'm looking for? They use the cut to be glued for definition. Not so much for me because I don't want the hair to be all stiff. So let me just fix up this line. I feel like it's not properly defined. Just open it up nicely. Okay, just open it up nicely so that it's nice and clear and clean. My knots are not bleached, you know, it's just sometimes these things take too much time. I just work with what I work with at times, guys. You know, perfection for me is not really a priority, so I just work with what I work with. So you can see there's a bit of flyaway, so I'm just gonna take some mousse and make sure that I sort out the flyaways. Okay, here we are. At this point, you know, the hair is fine, it's good, it's looking fresh and straight and neat because I love straight hair, but I also want to just have the hair sit behind my ear. So I'm again gonna go in with the mousse, right, and make sure that I make it slick, you know. give it some definition on the side so it can sit nicely on behind my ear, not on, behind my ear. Okay, just take, oh, here we are, so it can sit nicely behind my ear. There we go. It's a bit of a tricky situation, but it does come right in the end. So that's what the mousse does. So like I said, some people would then use got to be glued for this part. As for me, it's fine. I don't want to. I don't mind if I go to maybe the salon and they use it, but when I'm home doing all this myself, I just feel like no, I'll stick to the most simple method, because I just don't, like I said, I don't want to stress myself too much, you know, because the next thing, if you use the got to be glued on the to lay the sides, then it becomes a bit stiff, and then actually I'm not even laying this right, guys, sorry, it becomes a bit stiff, and then you now have to remove it, and no. So mousse is temporary, but it does the trick. And when I say temporary, I mean I could literally, my hair can literally be like this the whole day. So here we are behind the ear. I am loving it. There's still, like I said, some flyaways. I don't know if you can see them, but I can see them, so I just want to lay them down nicely. Just lay them down, lay them down. Ooh, this dress keeps on falling off. Okay, still flyaways, but you know what, this is good, this is good. I'm happy with this. So I hope this is looking all right on your side. Okay, now as you can see, there's those spots, right? Those spots. So after I lay my hair, right, like do a proper lay from scratch, these white patches are not there. But because like I said, I did go jogging, the glue mixed with the sweat obviously became, you know, murky, and then that's how I got the spots. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take my powder. Guys, I bought this powder such a long time ago, I don't even know what it is, but I often use it for my face, but I use it more for, you know, just cleaning out my lace wig. So it's just to make sure that, you know, it's decent and clean, instead of just having these white spots. I also don't put too much, because I don't want it to, you know, be layered here on my lace. I won't put too much. So as you can see, again, this part is rising up. So like I said, I don't want to stress about it today, because tomorrow I will be taking this thing off and layering it properly. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's quite decent, you know, it's quite decent. It'll do for the day until tomorrow. It'll do for the day until tomorrow. The hair is a bit straight. I need to just lay it down nicely. Okay, a bit of mousse will do. Moussey. Again, a drop, like just a little bit, because when you use a lot, you know, it starts running, and now you have to wipe your face. So a little is better, so that if you actually need more, you can get more. But when you've got too much, to remove all of that becomes a problem. There's a long strand here which I have to cut, but I don't have scissors right now. But yeah, it's okay, it will do. So I don't know if I want to do a dramatic sideburn, but I'll leave it like this for now. I mean, we're just doing a basic fixing up of the lace. So I'm just gonna take the powder again. I saw a bit of some whiteness. Just fix that. All right, I'm gonna fix this part that wants to stand. So got to be glued on my palm, tail comb, and just lay it down, you know, lay it down. I know some people are very brave to just spray the parts that are kind of standing. I don't like doing that, because you know, for me, got to be glued can act up on you anytime. So I like to keep it simple and keep it, like I said, I like to keep it simple and keep it neat. Okay, we are 92% done. I just want to go in again with the straightener and a bit of serum, like a little bit, guys. When I say a little bit, I'm talking about that, literally one squirt, right? And just do this part because I can feel a bit of brittleness. I can see it as well, and it's nicely 100% is loading, guys. Go back to my straightener and my comb, and there we go. Oops, there we go. Just do the hair on the side, the shorter parts. Just get some definition on there. Yes. Woo! As she's okay. And this part as well, because obviously this part is now behind the ear, so it's more exposed. This thing is hot, guys. I shouldn't even be doing it this hot or having the heat this high, but like I said, I don't mind because the hair is good quality. Let me know if you want the details of the hair. It's from Emporia Luxury. I hope I'm saying it right, but I'll put the link down below. And see the definition. This is what I love about straightening my hair. So sometimes I'd go in and just do a little bend. Just let me stand. I hope you can see that. A little bend so that it's nice and neat. Okay. Also, this brush that I'm using is one of my best brushes. I love this brush so much. I bought it at Pick and Pay about 6-7 years ago. I've used different brushes, like I said, from Tresemme to this is a bit too flat. From Tresemme to, you know, I think I once bought a Sobe brush. I'm not sure, but this Pick and Pay one, this Pick and Pay brush always does the trick. It's always the one. Okay, so that is it for straightening. I want to add just one other little detail. It's not important, it's not necessary. It is just to define, you know, this line, because obviously I didn't bleach my knots, and because I didn't bleach my knots, that line is not completely, you know, blended. So I take my concealer from, what brand is this, by the way? LA Girl. My concealer, and then put it on the tail of the tail comb, like a little bit. A little goes a long way, guys. And then I would just press. This is a trick that I honestly decided to do myself. I didn't see it anywhere, because I just felt like also putting the concealer on the hair is a bit of a risk. You know, I say it's a bit of a risk because I don't have that spray that blends out the rest of the hair. So I thought this way is so much better than putting the concealer and then having to use that spray, which I don't have. So at least the tail of the comb is so thin that, you know, it literally defines the line. So that's just an add-on. But this is how I straighten my hair, guys, and fix it up for the day. Obviously, when I do it at home, I take a little bit of less time. Today it was a bit longer. This process should take you about, let me say, 10 to 12 minutes, right? Takes you 10 to 12 minutes, and it just gets your hair looking slick and nice. So yeah, if you can get this serum for heat, and then also this Remington straightener, let me just switch it off because we're done. It's one of the best. It's wide, you know, it's wide, so it covers so much hair and the hair looks bone straight tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Like and subscribe. BeauMovation, beauty inside out.